Hello, welcome. You're watching Inside Durango Television. I'm Brian Frederick. Joining me is head women's soccer coach Damian Clark. Thanks for having a chat with us today. We will start out looking at you guys' record. You're 11-3 overall, 7-3 in the conference. What is your feeling? What is the team's feeling towards that?
I think we're not satisfied with being 11-3, but okay with the fact that it's where we're at right now. Obviously, looking forward to the next game is all you can do. Yeah.
You guys have had some tough opponents. 2 games ago, you played at the time number 5 ranked in the nation, Mines. Unfortunate to come away from that 1-0 down late in the game. So you guys certainly showed that you can play with them. The last game we played Pueblo. We beat them 1-0 here at Dirks Field. Talk us through that one a little bit.
I thought that we might have been a little bit, to an extent, tired psychologically, physically. I think that Friday night game took a bit out of us as well. And I didn't think that we came out with the intensity that we needed to sort of put a team under it a little bit more. At the end of the day, obviously scoring a goal, getting the win is really what matters, but I think we could have done it more comfortably if we would have been a little bit more mature and a little bit more just intense all the way around.
Yeah, agreed. Pueblo, one of those teams you could have maybe opened it up a little bit more, been a little bit more creative. Looking forward to today's game, played number 2 in the conference, Armac, I think top 25 in the country. It almost is like you're going back 2 games and playing a Mines where you don't necessarily want to throw everything forward and risk early on, be a little bit more compact and then try and go forward as the game progresses. What are your thoughts on today's game?
I agree. I think learning to defend the way that we did against Mines was a big step in the right direction, because that's going to be the type of games that we obviously are going to play more of. You step up against number 10 in the country, which Metro is right now, and you probably do need to be a little bit more cautious. They've scored a lot of goals. As I heard your partner Terry saying, they've stacked some goals against some weaker teams, but bottom line, they've got, I think, 3 very good players in the attacking third. You've got Abby Rolfe as the attacking midfielder, Brandy Farley and Carissa Price up top. Both those kids are very dangerous, and to be honest with you, that it's not like they're giving up goals either. They're not leaking goals, so this is a very ranked team, and I think we're going to have our hands full today.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be a good result and a good day. Again, I don't think you can get any more pleased with facing 2 top 10 teams in the nation. I mean, it's not a goal anymore to win the conference. It's a goal to penetrate the playoffs deep, and this is a great opportunity for that.
I think we get to learn a lot about ourselves. This will be, by the time we get to the end of the season, 10 of the, let's see, we'll play 10 games out of our 18 that are top 10 in the region. So when it comes to strength of schedule, we've put the kids in a spot to grow. Every single day that we've come out, I think for the last 3 weeks, we've had a chance to grow. And I think today's another one where we've got a really good chance to learn more about ourselves as a team and learn to be intelligent and mature as a team. Yeah,
very well said, Damian. So this is head coach Damian Clark with the women's Fort Lewis soccer team. Thank you for joining us today. For you out there, join us for the game. You're watching Inside Durango Television, and I'm Brian Frederick. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's full steam ahead at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery with daily train excursions through the spectacular San Juan Mountains. See the world-famous 400-foot drop at the High Line. Relax as you chug along the Upper Animas River and spend an afternoon in the historic mining town of Silverton. Stop by the depot or call 247-2733. Get more information on our website at durangotrain.com.
and that is the case as the teams are heading back towards the locker. So again, we'll keep you posted. But looks like for now it'll be at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be at 30 minutes unless another strike happens. I do encourage everybody to stay tuned. The game will start. We know it's going to be a big one. If we can just let Mother Nature kind of cooperate a little bit here, it'd be kind of nice.
And for those of you that are local here, it gives you a chance to not only take off the whole afternoon, but hopefully we get these games on and they push back a little bit so you can come out and join the action.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
You're watching Inside Durango TV on Cable Channel 15.
Meet Dan. He owned a dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Fast Signs created a plan to raise Dan's business visibility. Now Dan has more sales, more stores, more of the good life. And more is what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs.
So on those kickoffs, you kind of just got to be into it. Roger.
Yeah, and that's their attacking centerman and the two forwards, so that triangle up top is pretty explosive and dangerous for Metro.
Then on the other end of it, we got our own Sam Weiss, number 9. Emma Canis, number 14 on top, with Teresa Marrow hanging in the middle, number 22. Weiss leading the pack right now with 7 goals, 1 assist.
Oh, good little turnaround by Lauren Riley as she tracked the ball down. Just eluded the defender. Good slide tackle.
Yeah, nice clean tackle. Kind of went underneath the player, knocked her down, but she was well ahead of the game there on the ball.
Ooh.
Good for Jordan.
Yeah. So Fort Lewis trying to, as is Metro, trying to get the game under. We talk about this early in a lot of the games, just finding a tempo, finding a pace, finding where you're going to pressure defensively, where the other team's going to pressure defensively, how much time you've got on the ball.
Yeah, kind of key piece to this is both teams, with this late start, dealing with the weather.
Oh, good ball by Sam Weiss. She puts Shea Haycock inside the box, but a little bit wide. She cuts it back on her right and then finds a Therese Romero all alone on top of the 18. First touch, a little bobbly, but gets a shot off, but blocked by Metro.
Yeah, nice little off-ball run there by Haycock, getting wide open for a nice through pass.
Yeah. So Fort Lewis pressing the envelope a little bit as we're in the attacking third now. Ashley Niffen sends a ball into Streetel, but gets headed out of bounds. Jordan Hicks gets on it and heads that to the keeper.
Yeah, and as I was saying before we had that opportunity come up ahead of us, both teams not really being able to play through their routines of preparation. So it's kind of a, let's see which team does better with this quick, cold start, having to just kind of get going right off the bat.
Yeah, adversity and just, you're right, Terry, just getting out of your comfort level. Who's going to react, who's going to really bring it for the game. It'll be interesting to see. So now Metro with the ball, they send a long ball into the box, wide of the box for the 16, but that's going to run well wide, as that's not too dangerous. So both teams not doing too much possession. Fort Lewis a little bit cleaner in the moments that they've had the ball so far. As the wind is traveling south, that would be in our face. We're defending the southmost goal, as Metro is defending the northernmost goal.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of working, I guess, theoretically in favor of Metro at this time. But, with both teams so good about keeping the ball down on the ground, I don't see the wind a real big factor unless it's a distribution from keeper or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Obviously, set pieces, corner kicks, they might have some effect.
Yeah, we'll see. So Metro trying to play the balls. They just won it from us. They play the 8. She's going to go on a diagonal, but Ashley Niffen there to read that smartly. So she has some space. Now she puts a through ball in for Sam Weiss. Emma Canis is in the territory. Emma is alone in the box. Can Sam Weiss get it to her? Looks like she just kicked it off. Oh.
Yeah, I thought a corner kick might have happened out of that, but I guess they saw it different.
Yeah, both referees pointed for the goal kick, so I don't know. That might have just run out of bounds. A little bit windy up here. You might hear some chatter in the headphones.
Is that your teeth or the wind?
These little microphone foam things only do so good on a windy day. Therese Romero able to win the ball in the midfield and then just sends it up the line as that eventually goes out of bounds. So we've got our three of our back 4 on our own half. Other than that, it's all up, kind of under the scoreboard. Metro on the throw-in, but one in the midfield by Hicks. She goes for a slide tackle and was just a little bit late on that. She'll get called for the foul.
Yeah, that Brandy Farley, number 16, really just staying in with Fort Lewis's defense, pushing the top side as much as possible. They tend to work to the corners, though, but I know it's probably for a quick give back to the middle to her.
Yeah, she's a big girl, big body up there.
Now that you mention it, she got, about 6-8 inches on welcome there.
Yeah. So ball comes in, gets headed to the side. Grace Sheridan out to pursue that. She's got a little bit of real estate. She's got Romero running the flank. She cuts in, now finds Romero out on the flank. Romero plays Grace again. Sam Weiss is coming over. Now she's got 2 defenders to deal with, and that ball gets kicked out of bounds. So it'll be a Fort Lewis throw in here. Megan Streetel will come up to do that.
Something unique in this game, we see Streetel on the right side, normally playing left side, with Shea Haycock on the left. Basically flip-flop the halfbacks on the outside.
Yeah. Yeah, it's both players are very capable of playing either side. They both do a really good job of running the flanks. At times, I would say they could have the freedom to come in a little bit more and cut in, but they're both so good at running the flanks. Ashley Niffen driving the ball, tries to find Sam Weiss, but that gets dispossessed.
Well, you're right about 16. She's got so much size. Having her up against Niffen, one of our shortest players, it looks like 2 different age groups out there.
Yeah. A big ball in from the 16 gets deflected, and it's still getting headed and chested around. Not under control by anybody. Riley defending someone now. Romero comes in. Riley comes away with the ball, plays Sam Weiss, and she's about half line. Oh, now plays Emma Canis as she's checking back to her. Now plays Lauren Riley as she's on the go. And that was all very one-dimensional. We got the ball and then played the next deepest player. Not much deception in our attack on that.
We looked a little bit rushed. It seemed like they were really good about manning up and forcing us to make a quick play that we didn't necessarily want. So that's kind of why that ended up playing out that way.
Yeah, definitely. So Metro with the ball. They send 16 a big run. She's got some wheels on her, too. She's in.
Maria Ipcock in the middle there.
Oh, great track back by Grace Sheridan as she prevents a sure goal. That 16 played the ball across on the floor to 4, who had position on Grace for a moment, but Grace able to slide and kick the ball out of bounds for a corner kick.
Yeah, nicely done there, catching up to that ball right inside the 6. If she was able to frame that, it would have been hard for Caitlin to cut that one out.
That's a certain goal if that gets to the forward. Well done by Grace on that. So Metro with a corner kick. About 10 minutes in, still zeros. Big ball comes in. That's a good-looking ball, and that gets headed out by Streetel as Espinoza comes out. Then Romero finds a header on top of the 18. She's shaken up. Riley finally clears the ball out towards Sam. Sam Weiss has the ball, and she's doing some nice footwork. Gets free of hers and plays Emma Canis, who plays it back to Sam. Now she's free. Sam's cutting through the park. Comes all the way over to the near side for Streetel. Streetel puts Weiss in on the corner. Weiss is doing some work. She puts a first-time ball in, maybe unexpected. Now Therese Romero finds the ball in the midfield temporarily. It's the 16 coming back, and they're going to double-team her, our Grace Sheridan and Therese Romero. Grace Sheridan up for the task on the matching the wheels on 16. 16 goes to the corner and can't deal with it, so that's going to be a Grace Sheridan throw-in. Excellent work so far by 2 players, and specifically Grace Sheridan and Sam Weiss, both putting the work in early.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Megan actually, like I said, playing out on the flank, giving them a lot of give and goes and able to feed that space in the corner. One thing I did observe there was 16 with that ball bringing it into the left side there, that Brandy Farley. She's got a lot of ability to hang on the ball, move it, can see the field well, but she doesn't have the speed that Sheridan has. That kind of makes a big difference there. Sheridan able to run it down on her. Yeah,
good stuff by her. Ashley Niffen with the ball on the far side. She's taking her space, cuts through 2 players, then gives the ball out to Haycock. Haycock eludes the first, but not the second, gets dispossessed, and Metro tries to go down the line for 8, and they do. She pulls the ball back. Now she cuts inside. Crafty, she tries for a little chipper over, back into the corner. Lauren Riley's over to defend, and that goes off of her, so that'll be a Metro corner kick.
This is making out to be quite the exciting game. Both teams are counterattacking extremely quick. They both have very capable offenses. This really can be one of those things is who's going to make the first mistake.
Yeah, for sure. And both teams putting the work in to get forward and create things, so it's exciting so far. Metro on the corner kick. Oh, pauses. She's going to recycle that, wait for the players to get back into position.
Yeah.
And now it's up.
Kind of pulled Riley out there with that run.
Ball comes up into the center of the park. Jordan Hicks heads that one away. Therese Romero pressuring the ball as she blocks the first ball coming back in. Metro all the way back to the midfield as she tries to hoof a ball in. Niffen there to defend that away. Ball still bobbling around in the midfield. The 3 just kicks it up. That's going to run long for a goal kick.
Kind of what we're seeing with this quick counter-strike by both teams, it's actually the opposite of what we kind of anticipated would happen, which is a slower, more careful game. It's not really that way. They're both gunning for a goal. Maybe it's the late start, the eagerness to get started, the cold weather. Maybe they're worried that a game's going to get shut down and they got to get that first strike before it, gets shut down there.
Right. Maybe the game's only going to go 70 minutes. And whether that's by design through the coaching staff or just happenstance, it's certainly happening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just
it's a bit more of an attack.
Yeah, both teams are very aggressive right now. It's actually quite fun to watch, personally.
Yeah. So Metro with the ball deep. Welcome heads that ball away from danger as Metro gets called for a foul on that challenge.
Yeah, trying to see the number on that one that hit Welcome kind of hard. That's like
that's number 5, the center midfielder. That
Abby Rolfe, number 5. She's basically the mirror image of Niffen, just that short little firecracker out there.
Yeah,
runs quite solid into Welcome.
Yeah.
And here's Niffen right now coming at it with 16.
Yeah. Someone needs to get a picture of that.
Yeah.
Ashley Niffen doing a good job just to play the ball out of bounds as it was over the top. 16 will take the throw in for Metro and attempt to get it back.
A miscue there by the Metro.
Yeah, the return ball back to her was about waist or a little bit higher. Nothing she could really do about that. It's just not a very good ball back to her. So Fort Lewis goal kick.
I'd say if the wind had any effect right now, it's only the effect it's having on Fort Lewis clearing the ball.
Yeah.
It seems like anything they get with a head on it really doesn't go anywhere. It kind of dies right around the 18. Obviously giving Metro a huge opportunity at this time.
Yeah.
We should have that that advantage in the second half.
Yeah, Espinosa balls are going out of bounds, right around half or before half because of that one. But Fort Lewis still doing a decent job on the floor, possession and then defending as well. We've got a corner or a throw in on the sideline. Haycock doing some battle over there as the 9 just plays it out of bounds. Oh no, that went off of a Fort Lewis player. That'll be a Metro throw.
Went off Haycock. That was a nice little. She kind of spun that around her legs and it up the sideline with a little heel, but no one there to receive it.
Ooh, Ashley doing a good job defending on the 16 as the 16 took a swing at the ball and missed it. Unfortunate for her, but luckily for Ashley, Niffen and the Fort Lewis ladies as Metro finds the ball all the way back into their defense now. Ball comes into the 5. She's got plenty of space there. 6 for Metro gets called on a foul. She had all sorts of jersey of Therese Romero. Good job by Therese Romero. Oh, unlucky for her. She loses the ball just temporarily, though. Streetel's got it. Back to Sheridan, to Riley, to Hicks, to Welcome. Good passing. Now it comes in back to Hicks. She plays Romero, who's got some space. Teresa.
Yeah, both Brian and I kind of I spied another piece of lightning there to the south of us.
Yeah.
And I'm not, it's southwest of us. It's blowing in towards us. I don't know if that's going to carry on in and cause issues.
Yeah.
We're only 15 minutes into this first half.
Yeah. Well, all we can do is do our job.
Yeah. Here we are.
We'll see what the weather does.
Yeah, that was a nice little shot by Metro going wide left, and nothing that Espinosa had to deal with. But they are pressing really hard on Fort Lewis. Probably the most work I've seen Fort Lewis have to deal with in the games we've watched in some time. Of course, you had the opportunity to see Mines up at Mines, so maybe
that was a good game though, through and through. Just all facets, very very equally matched teams in most regards, attacking, defending, possession. It was a good game.
Oh, nice strip way there by Haycock. Now she carries the ball, or Weiss. I'm sorry.
Weiss did a good job back checking. Oh, tries to play Canis and just gets intercepted. So Metro with the ball now through the midfield. It's the 5 who likes to send the ball onto the 28, but we've got 3 players over there defending. Oh, good job. Lauren Riley gets there early and plays Welcome so we can maintain possession out of there, and then finds Haycock up the field. Haycock battling on the line there as Metro come away with it. Now they're playing deep.
That'll end up with a foul? No.
Ah.
She kind of got drugged down there by Haycock. I thought we might see a foul out of that.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be a foul, as did the linesman. The linesman kind of pulled up. He didn't wave his flag like he knew it was a foul. He kind of just paused like he thought it could have been a foul. But the center was right there in good position, and he didn't call anything. So,
it's fortunate for Fort Lewis. That was in a really dangerous spot just outside the 18 on the right side.
Yeah. But we'll take the goal kick in return. As the big ball comes up, now Espinosa's starting to keep it in the field, making those tiny adjustments. Welcome kicks the ball up the field for Metro's defense to deal with, and Sam Weiss pressure in the 12. doing a good job, forces a turnover. Megan Streetel able to pick the ball up, tries to play Sam Weiss back. Oh, looks like Sam, ball went out of bounds as the Metro player tried to round the corner.
Fort Lewis with a bit of success challenging in the back third of Metro. This might be a key to them to kind of upset things a bit.
Yeah, so Fort Lewis definitely doing some work in the offensive third here. Ball goes in from Niffen to Weiss. Weiss back to Hicks. Hicks over to Grace Sheridan. Is now Ashley Niffen on the far side is cycling back to defend. Good awareness. Grace Sheridan with a
nice trigger
shot.
there. Great shot. Kind of skipped in front of the keeper. Kind of woke her up a bit.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Good drive by Grace Sheridan. And Fort Lewis in general, there was a bit of patience on that last possession. It wasn't so rushed.
And it came from basically a steal. They took it from Metro's defense with the high pressure of Canis and Weiss pursuing, forcing them to make a mistake.
Yeah, as the number 8. And Niffen
this is dangerous.
Battle. Oh, 8 shrugs Niffen off.
Oh, nicely
tries to
done.
Play a ball in. Megan Streetel there to kick the ball out. That's going to go out for a corner kick.
Yeah,
Good.
number 8 there, Carissa Price, kind of chopped it in front of the near post, and Espinoza able to kick it out quickly with her foot there, as kind of got lucky with the bounce as it didn't land on the foot of another Metro player, so nicely done.
Already you can tell 8, a very physical player. She's grabbing the jersey of Romero earlier and just outpaced and outbattled, which doesn't happen often. Niffen on that last play, but a good player. Metro with the corner kick comes in, finds Romero's feet on top of the box. She's going to play it out. No Fort Lewis players there, though. Metro with the ball quickly down the 16 into the line. Streetel stands her up. Now comes Welcome. Welcome's over. Romero finds the ball at her feet, calmly passes it. Now we need to find possession out, as that ball just bounces off a Metro player, and we'll have the throw in.
Nicely done by Fort Lewis, getting in front of 16 there, creating pressure. Didn't get the best right-footed shot there. Kind of wondering if it might be her weak side when she's trying to cross with the right foot.
Yeah, she looks like a talented player, but also just a little bit slow. Does the 16 for Metro. Not physically, but like just the mental process. What she wants to do needs to happen half a second earlier, and she'll have more success. So we've got 2 shots for us, 3 shots for Metro, but really some of those shots that didn't register shots are the most dangerous opportunities. On that last one where 8 tries to play that ball across, and then the one with Grace Sheridan slid out, that ball coming across really just blindsides a keeper and catches them in no man's land. But look at the number 5, who's a center midfielder, all the way over in the flank position, and Romero had to cover that and defend. So good awareness by Fort Lewis. Metro trying to spread the defense around.
16 again with the ball going in the corner. Oh, miscue.
Yeah, that was just behind the player of Metro, so that'll run wide, or long, excuse me, for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think the people that are braving it out here in this weather today are pleasantly surprised by this game. I'm quite happy with what's happening on field. Both teams are quite exciting to watch here.
Yeah, good battle. I'm glad you brought that point up early too, because coming into the game we thought, 2 top teams, it'll be tight, it'll be defensive, it'll be strategic, and it's really not. It's a very good game, but it's a bit more open than that.
Kind of a quick sub catch here. Jordan Post, number 9 for Metro, is subbed out for Carly Nelson, number 18. Both are in the midfield.
As it'll be a Metro throw in here on the near side, just under us, about half field. Short throw into the 4, and they play backwards. Just kicking it long for the 16. A bad touch. Grace Sheridan's able to collect on that, and the 16 just plays it out of bounds. Quick throw in finds Emma Canis. Oh, nice little attempt to find Hicks. But,
nice steal by Hicks there.
Yeah, now
able to anticipate the pass.
As ball goes over to Niffen, Niffen eludes one. Therese Romero gives a nice little check look over her shoulder before she gets the ball. Most players don't do that. Niffen now with the ball on the far side. And what I mean by that is as the ball is coming to her, she's turning the head and looking what's around her. As she now plays a nice ball into Sam Weiss, who's inside the 18. Oh, a little bit of a left footer. Goes slowly towards the keeper.
An unlucky strike there. She's trying to pull it with her left towards that near post. Ended up just kind of shanking it, and it died at the PK mark.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a bad opportunity had we had runners in there.
Yeah, Canis or someone had been in behind her.
It was almost more of a cross than a shot at the end of the day.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
So
got away from her. Little head flick there. I believe it was by Weiss again. It just got away from her. Back to the keep.
Yeah, a little too much on that. Metro finds 16 and on her feet. She's going to play a midfielder. Their midfielders are nice with the ball. You know, they're comfortable with it. They're good at turning and playing.
You know, you see no real worry about pressure from them. You know, they hold the ball real well. They look for space.
Yeah.
Find the man. Woman.
In this case. Now 5 with the ball. She tries to play a through ball, but that's going to run out of bounds about 4 or 5 yards from the corner flag. So we'll have a throw in deep in our own corner as Niffen is on it. We've got just about half the first half played throughout, still 0-0. So the ball goes into Sam Weiss. That's going to be a Metro throw in, and they sub as well.
Yeah, let's see, number 11, Jade Riles stepped out. Can't quite make the number, what is that, 13? Yeah, Nicole.
Yeah, I think so.
Nicole Pollock.
Yeah. Fort Lewis able to come away with the ball off that throw and tries to find Emma Canis on a little bit of a corner slot run, but the ball runs out of bounds about half field.
Again, in this kind of weather, even the rotation of players, even trying to do the warm-ups in the corner, it's going to be that couple of minutes before they really get their legs under them. They're just kind of tight and cold a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Such as the October fall soccer season.
Yeah, right. In the mountains anyways.
Yeah, I don't think Florida's quite dealing with this, but...
Fort Lewis able to possess the ball for a second. That ball
I got a handball, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, it just pops up on Shea Haycock and hits the hand. If you can hear the Metro coach telling Abby, number 5, standing over it to take a look. She is quite a ways out, about 15 yards from the half line. Everyone about 12 yards out in the box, holding the line there. The ball does come a little bit far post, but that's going to run over everyone as it bounces on the byline well wide of the goal.
Yeah, as any kicker, Fort Lewis or Metro, they really got to put that one on frame.
Yeah.
You know, that close, you gotta make the other team work for it.
Especially with adverse conditions, you know, on a beautiful sunny,
definitely
nice day, whatever. When you've got wind rush in your face and 3 forwards and 4 defenders as a goalie, you got to think.
Yep, and you're a little bit cold. I know most goalies were running around with the wet gloves on, and you know, these kind of weather conditions really show you the difference between a solid keeper and a keeper that struggles in those spots.
Yeah, so Fort Lewis with the throw on, it'll be Streetel to Hicks. Hicks finds Riley, who one times it into Romero. Nice turn on her. She's got Ashley Niffen out wide on the other side. She plays Emma Canis up, who turns the corner nicely on the defender. Plays a nice slot through the Sam Weiss.
Oh,
the ball
hit. There's goal hit.
The flag is up. The ball is in the net.
Got a flag call, but we're not sure what the call will be.
Yeah, I don't know. It certainly wasn't offsides.
Goalie really didn't have control of it, but she got kind of rattled there when she went down for it.
The only thing that I can think is the keeper got to the ball a hair before Weiss and the defender, and then the defender kind of pushed Weiss, coincidentally, into the keeper, and then they all ended up going down. That's when the keeper lost the ball. But to me, that's a no call, Terry. It should be 1-0.
It should be. I don't think the keeper really had control. I mean, she was there to make the play, but she did not control the ball by no means.
And it wasn't Sam Weiss that was challenging on it. She got bumped into the play. So nothing Sam Weiss did by any means.
Metro with a bit of fortune there, able to keep it 0-0. But it's that kind of mistake that I think is going to make the difference here with this game.
Yeah. Yeah, as you hear the referees talking about it over here on the near line. Not able to hear what they say, but Metro takes the time to sub the big 16 up top as 7 will come in for her.
And Nomi Polanco.
So a bit of misfortune for Fort Lewis. Really should be up 1-0. Referee not making a good decision on that call, as there was no offsides clearly. Foul. You'd really have to be stretching to call that a foul.
Yeah, I never really saw a play against the keeper, which is why a foul like that would even happen. And keeper.
Nice ball by Candace into Haycock. She's on the 18. Good bit of defending from the 18. And she was alone with the 18 only, and then.
Yeah, she kind of just, that ball got up high and she just ran right through it, never giving Romero a chance to pull the trigger.
So 8 with the ball. She tries to play the 28 in deep. Welcome back there still to defend. Do a good job. Oh, nice foot on the ball by Romero as Metro now has the ball deep in their own territory. Doing a little bit of defending. Exciting couple minutes of soccer here.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. I know it took forever to get it started, but now that we're rolling, it's been quite the reward to stay and see this. The bleachers continue to fill up. If anybody's listening, they want to see it firsthand, I encourage it.
Big ball by Riley into Weiss. Oh, the 3 and Weiss not liking each other. A little bit of contact after the ball gets into the keeper's hands, but nothing was called.
Yeah, a little bit of discussion.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
Niffen doing well to head the ball off the keeper's foot, who finds Hicks. Hicks to Grace. Grace, Sheridan, back to Hicks. Hicks finds Romero now, who tries to spring Haycock again. Oh, Romero there to collect again. What a player she's been in the midfield. Emma Cannis shrugging off the 3 as she's not able to defend her. Now Grace Sheridan with the ball on the near side. She stops the ball, comes back to Lauren Riley just on the half field. Now finds Romero, the center midfielder, on the other side. She's going to take a nice little slot pass to Sam Weiss. She takes a big touch and just gets away from her, and the defender is able to play that straight out of bounds.
I'm seeing a bit more creative play coming out of Fort Lewis right at the moment. They are getting some penetrating passes and immediate flicks off of that top line into the corners for an oncoming wing to come in.
Yeah.
A great opportunity here and there that hopefully we see something come from it.
You know, the one thing that I like and that I think Fort Lewis is doing a good job of is those slot passes. So
yep.
It's a through ball, but not over the top. It's just on the pitch between seams as the forwards are running across, not just deep. Yeah. They're running across.
Yeah, they're getting diagonal runs actually coming in on both corners of the 18, and either side can attack at any given moment.
Yeah, yeah. Good bit of play by Fort Lewis as we're 30 minutes into the game now. Therese Romero able to sidestep a player. She's got the ball and finds Megan Streetle. Big ball into the keeper. Looking for Canis. A good look. A little bit too much leg on that.
Yeah, good idea. Canis didn't have the separation, and the ball was going to go to keep anyway. So
yeah,
next time.
Welcome, able to track the ball so well off of a big punt. Gets on the end of it again and sends it all the way back to the keeper. Says, try that again, huh?
Try one more time.
I'll be there again.
Yeah.
So the keeper picks the ball up, and she will, in fact, try that again. 14.5 minutes to play. Still 0-0. This time it goes up over a couple Fort Lewis players. It's Lauren Riley are there to head it.
Ooh, kind of a high kick. Surprised they got away with it.
Yeah, high kick on 8, but it was Niffen, and she was kind of going down to head the ball. So, good body check by Shea Haycock. Unfortunately, she's going to get called by the foul.
You got Niffen, who's like 5'4", and she's low.
Yeah.
Leaning down into it.
So Metro State with a free kick about 12 yards from the byline, but all the way on the sideline on the far side of the field. So they're kind of playing this like a corner. Fort Lewis has 2 in a wall facing it. Everyone else in the box defending. Ball comes up, headed back away. Now Niffen heads it to Canis. Canis has got some time. She plays Grace Sheridan out wide. Grace has got some time. Just touches the ball past the first player as she was coming in on her. Plays Jordan Hicks down the line. Oh, Jordan with a big touch.
And she's got wheels. She's outrunning 3.
Yeah, she had the player but not the real estate. The ball just went out of bounds. So again, Metro with a substitution. This is like the game Andy Finley and I did in Mines, where it's so cold that for me, why do you sub? You get someone warmed up and you play them for 10 minutes, and then they got to sit down. And for me, I think head coach Damian Clark for the Fort Lewis women's strategy is a little bit better. Let the players do the work on the field. If you see a big problem, address it. If not, it's a cold enough day that you really can't be warming up and cooling down and warming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing that I could see out of it that maybe we don't understand Metro's conditioning. And with the high pressure that they're going through, maybe it's the coach just trying to keep fresh legs out there.
Yeah.
It's sort of a way, which one do you go with? Protect your players, keep them warm, go for endurance, or hockey line change.
Right. Nice little bit of possession for Fort Lewis as we find Canis. Canis back to Romero. Romero out wide to Niffen. She's got a little bit of time. Plays the ball up to Haycock. Takes a touch inside. Now plays Romero back. Welcome's back to Welcome. Nice little touch by her as she creates some space for herself and plays Riley, who then plays Grace Sheridan, who takes a big touch. Defender gets onto her as the second defender. Then the four is running down the line for Metro State.
No one there. She's by herself.
Yeah, she looks like she's happy to go to the corner and maybe get a corner kick.
Tries for it, but it actually ended up hitting her one more time as she healed it against, it was at Hicks,
And not a bad idea, but really you could see the lack of interest in serving the ball from about 3/4 of the field in. She never looked like she wanted to turn the corner and beat Grace and go towards goal. She always looked like she wanted to just go to the flag.
I don't think she felt like she could outrun her. Grace was pretty much on her, probably not even in second gear yet.
Yeah.
So I don't think she was going to be able to go around the corner, and she knew it. She's a little isolated there. No one was there to help her.
So Metro State plays the ball wide. It gets headed by Niffen even wider, and that's going to go out of bounds.
As play kind of died down, I just glanced at our roster here, and I gave 3 extra inches to Niffen. She's sporting 5'1". So.
Oh, nice. Metro with the ball into the box. Gets headed, but not very dangerous by the 7. She did find some real estate and some freedom in there, though. So just about 10 minutes to play now in the first half of a women's game that got delayed. If you're just tuning in and looking for the men's game, it looks like it will be following this at this moment. We had a couple weather delays, so the women's game started about 2 hours and 15 minutes late.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a complete word on that. Are they still going to try to play that game out?
I don't know. There was a lot of talk, and no one really knows what's going on.
A lot of chatter, but no decision. So.
Yeah, and do we have refs if it's a reschedule, and what, if there's a delay furthermore in this women's game, does that push the men's game too late that you couldn't finish it with ample light in the day? And there's all kinds of...
I mean, one little hiccup can just cascade everything. And
yeah.
I even heard for a moment 2 of the players from the women's team said, we're going to play them both in the morning. I'm like, you're going to do a morning game and then drive to Colorado Springs that night?
That might have been what the players were saying.
Yeah.
Trust me, the coach was never saying that. Damo was a bit more seasoned than that.
Yeah, that's a lot of work just for a couple of days.
And truthfully, the game against Sea Springs means a little bit more than this game against Metro. Now, that's not to say anything about the team specifically, just the current position of teams and the standings.
Yeah.
As Metro State is far enough ahead that even with a win by Fort Lewis, they probably won't be caught. But Sea Springs, we lost the first game too, so we need a result there a little bit more.
While we were kind of discussing things there, 28 absolutely got rattled by Hicks. She kind of leaned forward and got ran through by Hicks, and it hit her in the head pretty solid. Went down to her knees for a second, hopped back up. She seems okay at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see.
That she's playing right now.
And then she just
kind of delivered a similar hit to Streetel now. Not sure if that was necessarily intended or not. It just kind of happened that way.
Yeah, and I think that's most any different player than Streetel, and they're down for a second. But Streetel's so physical and so big.
Yeah, 28's not the biggest one out there by no means.
And Streetel, just a warrior, a battler, so she's going to get up. Metro able to defend it and just boots it out about halfway line, a little bit deeper in front of our bench. There'll be a Fort Lewis throw in there. They're really not very deep though, as they're only pushing 2 forwards. Now they get a couple support players coming. Haycock finds Hicks. Hicks able to just create a little bit of space for herself. Plays the ball around a player nicely.
Plays it into the scorer's table there.
Yeah,
kind of woke them up.
Yeah. So again, that'll be a Fort Lewis throw-in.
Kind of seeing a wane in the intensity now. Both teams kind of settling out. Not sure if it's because of anything other than maybe they're just kind of running deep into this half now and running out of a little bit of steam. It's so hard to tell with a team. Sometimes that collective conscience, you just can't figure it out. You know, there's no one person directing it.
Yeah. Well, and that happens when it's such a good game and a good open battle early on, you know. Oh, nice ball comes in, gets deflected off Fort Lewis player up into the air, and Espinosa able to deal with that pretty well.
Yeah, that had a lot of potential. Marie Epcock, number 4 from Metro, taking the shot outside the 18. Ultimately hitting, was it Welcome in the foot.
As Sam Weiss gets a breakaway. Now left foot and that's
there
back
she
the
goes.
goal. What a goal. I didn't see the early play, Terry. Just saw Sam Weiss on the spring.
She had a breakaway, little feed through pass dead center, and had one touch and got behind D, and then a shot about 12 yards out left side of the keeper. Keeper really kind of got stuck in no man's land. Couldn't go out for it. Was already off her line. Had nowhere really she could go for it. So now we got ourselves a lead. Skyhawks 1-0 with just 7 minutes left.
Yeah, good clean finish by Sam too with her left foot. Metro on the kickoff goes wide. Shea Haycock there to clean that ball up, and she comes back to Welcome. Welcome finds Lauren Riley over the way. Back to Welcome. Welcome still wants to go this way, finds Grace Sheridan all the way. She's got a little bit of time. She's going to take a touch and then finds the second forward, Weiss, who plays the flick into Anna Canis. She's got some space in front of her. She's going to take it. Pull the ball back now for Hicks. Now the ball goes out to Ashley Niffen, who's taken some territory on the left. She plays the ball all the way across all the defender, just able to read that one though. So a big ball deep. We got Lauren Riley and Madison Welcome, who comes away with the ball. Such solid defending.
Yeah, Metro with no real opportunity, even though it was a kind of a breakaway. There was a 2v1 Fort Lewis's favor. 23 Maggie Rojas couldn't really turn much out of it.
Yeah. As Niffen plays Weiss and gets the ball back and then finds Canis, who cuts the ball inside and then goes over the top for Weiss. Oh, just not able to put a foot on that one was Weiss. That took one of those funny bounces. She was there, the ball was right there, and it just bounced over her foot. Oh, I saw nice lightning right there. We'll see if that pushes the game.
Nice lightning in, 30 minutes?
Yeah, so again, the women have seen this. This would be a bad thing if we can't get at least 70 minutes. The game won't count. But for the time being, up 1-0 with 5 minutes to play. Metro with the throw in, they're working the ball through the midfield as the number 5 finds a player and then gets the ball back. That you can definitely see that's where the attack comes from, is the number 5.
Yeah, and she's so good about seeing the ball, seeing the space, working it, not pressured a lot.
Yeah.
If they keep her busy, it could really shut them down.
Yeah, she's the more creative.
Between her and 7.
Yeah, and of the 3 too, the 8 and the 16, who also have some points on the board for the season for Metro. 16's a big body, I'd imagine. Quite a few of those came off of crosses.
Yeah, out of the air, because there's not a lot of people getting up there for that. I'd say Espinosa would be the closest thing that could get up there and challenge her.
Yeah, and then 8 for Metro, she's just a battler, just a workhorse, and just getting through it. 5 is the player that's a bit more creative and quote-unquote talented.
Kind of just watching the pace of the game, even after the goal or even right before it. Metro stopped doing a strong possession. Got a foul there at midfield against Fort Lewis. But it's like the pace of the game kind of died out a little bit for Metro. It seems like possession became less of a priority. They were kind of doing these longer balls. And then after this goal, it even became more urgent. I thought it worked better for them when they were carrying the ball up as a team.
Yeah, definitely. Grace Sheridan on the ball inside the circle. She's going to play a big ball up, even with the wind in her face. Keeper comes out, puts one of her own players on the ground. Ball still in the box. Romero battling around. Now Metro State comes out with the ball on the wide. She's able to kick a ball big that Madison Welcome heads away. Good header from her. Good ball by Grace Sheridan. That was about half field and with the wind in her face.
Yeah. And then I think Keeper, coming out with a double fist punch, it actually drove it down into the ground, creating another opportunity. We got a player down. Looks like a heel ankle.
Yeah, I think the 23 after she tried to play that last little through ball, just rolled an ankle. Looks like she's good for now. The referee's talking to her and holding off on the bench, indicating that she doesn't need the athletic trainers to come on and attend to her. So we've got 3 minutes left. Shots show 3-4 in favor to Metro, but the important thing is the scoreboard that shows 1-0 in favor of Fort Lewis. Ball goes up. Won by Hicks, but it's going the other way. Now Grace Sheridan plays it into Haycock. Haycock heads it upfield. Still a little bobbly. Ashley Niffen able to come away with it. Now we should be able to keep a little bit of possession. She finds Emma Canis on the ball. What a great first touch. Just gets around the player. Almost finds Haycock on the wide. So before Lewis throw in, Canis to Sam Weiss. She's not able to control that ball as Metro State have the ball. They're going to go wide. Still not going up the field though. Like when Metro wins the ball, Fort Lewis doesn't drop because Metro stopped attacking.
Yeah, the quick counterattack has kind of died out. I know they'll probably bring that back once Coach has a chance to speak with them and remind them of that. You can't. Most of their successes or chances for success really came from that quick counterattack that went north-south on the field real fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So 12 for Fort Lewis or for Metro State. Excuse me. Just kicks a hoofer of a ball all the way down, almost touching the corner flag. That's going to be a throw-in.
But to kind of complete the picture, it wasn't so much that they were just striking long balls in. They were just counter-striking, much like Fort Lewis is doing, with just quick touches, moving the ball very quickly north-south on the field. And now it's like they're kind of a little bit disorganized in some way.
Yeah, Metro's not. It seems like one or two players at most are hungry for the ball and are pursuing it, whereas in the first 15 minutes, it was 4, 5, 6 players hungry after the ball.
That's a shot.
Sam Weiss takes a deep one well outside the 18. Keeper deals with it on the one hop. As we've got 4-4 now in shots and just about a minute to play. 1-0 to the Fort Lewis women's soccer team. Big ball up. That's going to go well beyond the far circle. One bounce and it's about the 18. Espinosa able to pick that up. Oh, she heads it smartly just at her feet so as to take a few seconds off the ticker, and Metro has to pressure her to pick it up.
Yeah, and I know Espinosa knew very well where the goal was in that. She's slightly off to the right side, so any miscue with her head ball there, was really of no danger.
Yeah. Therese Romero able to do some battle in the midfield as now Riley comes away with the ball. She's going forward, does find Emma Canis. The defender just couldn't get to it. Canis is out there wide with the ball under the flag. She does the player up, goes left, puts a ball across. It gets blocked early on, unfortunately. And that'll do it for the half. So good half, Terry. Good 40 minutes of soccer. Hopefully we can get at least another 25 minutes in the second half and call the game official. But the weather will determine that. For the field, for the play on the field, Terry, what do you think? What do you think of the first half?
At the beginning it was a very exciting game. Both teams actually, I think, playing very aggressive yet smartly. They created a lot of opportunities between both. It kind of seemed as you get deeper into the half, though, Metro kind of lost faith in their ability to bring the ball up to the front third. Maybe long balling a little too much and then just giving too many chances for Fort Lewis. In the goal that came from Weiss, it was really just a quick, smart feed into the midfield there that Weiss got one touch on it and was quickly behind their D. I wouldn't even necessarily call it a mistake on Metro's part as much as it was just such a quick counterattack on Fort Lewis's part to get that shot off and score the goal.
Yeah, it seems like we caught him just a hair out of position, and we were able to capitalize. You know, and we're talking about a Metro defense and a Metro team that's ranked 10th in the nation. So
yeah, and they're quite stingy with goals. And but one thing I did look at, you know, in their stats is they do tend to allow a lot of shots to happen. So it seems like they're quite comfortable, at least in their style of play, you know, staying in front of the ball all the way back into their 18 where the shots are going to start to happen.
Yeah.
You know? They don't stay real high up when they challenge.
I like the game, too, in the first minutes, 10, 15 minutes, where there was a whole lot of effort on the field and a whole lot of battling and a whole lot of
It's full steam ahead at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery with daily train excursions through the spectacular San Juan Mountains. See the world-famous 400-foot drop at the High Line. Relax as you chug along the Upper Animas River and spend an afternoon in the historic mining town of Silverton. Stop by the depot or call 247-2733. Get more information on our website at durangotrain.com.
Fort Lewis likes to buck the status quo a bit, and the student body culture is very independent. Forces you to be an independent thinker, enables you and engenders you to be an independent thinker. And that's required a lot when you're in startup mode. You have to make a lot of decisions that you didn't know you had to make the day before you make them, right? And so you've got to think on your feet and really react to the environment that you're in. And the Fort Lewis curriculum almost always had heavy emphasis on collaborating with other students and in faculty in the process of learning or in the process of doing the work. And that helps a lot because leadership today is a very complex job. And certainly in technology, as fast as things are moving, you need a lot of input.
We have an amazing team spirit over here. Fort Lewis cycling, it's a tradition. And everybody who attends Fort Lewis and attends the cycling team knows it has a lot of culture and tradition behind it. I think it's the biggest collegiate cycling team in the U.S. There are a lot of good riders in the college and also in the town. The Fort Lewis cycling team competes in trek, cyclocross, mountain bike, and road. My passion is in mountain bike for sure. I love being part of the nature, and I feel like it's more dynamic. You have to be focused all the time. Fort Lewis sits in Durango, Colorado, and Colorado already says the word that it's one of the best places for mountain biking. We're sitting at 6,500 feet, which is perfect for endurance athletes, such as cycling. Yeah, as you can see, we're just sitting in the middle of the mountains over here. Joining the Fort Lewis cycling team is as easy as just attending the college. I mean, basically, everyone who rides a bike can attend the cycling team. Cycling to Fort Lewis College means a long tradition of being the top of the collegiate cycling in the U.S. and having a lot of fun doing that.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
You're watching Inside Durango TV on Cable Channel 15.
Meet Dan. He owned a dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more, so Fast Signs created a plan to raise Dan's business visibility. Now Dan has more sales, more stores, more of the good life. And more is what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs.
For me, being here at Fort Lewis College, I grew more than I ever expected. I was fortunate enough to travel abroad to 3 different countries. They offer this thing called an Innovative Month. There's several Innovative Months actually offered every summer where professors take students and they go study abroad in a different country. One of the countries that I traveled to with Fort Lewis College was India. We actually did a 5-day silent meditation, which was intense. We got to teach English to some Tibetan refugees who wanted to learn English, which was humbling, so humbling. We actually even got to see the Dalai Lama, and he led us in a meditation, which was extraordinary. It was just the most amazing trip. I was fortunate enough to travel to France, and we did an archaeological excavation there for a month. It was the most phenomenal experience. I did 7 upper division credits. We got to excavate, travel around France, all sorts of cool stuff. For me, it was the most amazing thing to be able to touch something that I was like, wow, someone used this 800 years ago. I'm in the middle of France excavating this. Who would have thought like I could do this? And it was so affordable. I mean, I helped pay for it with scholarships and financial aid, and then I worked as an RA, and I used that money too that I saved for room and board. So I never thought I'd be able to do that, but it was so easy and amazing.
So why did I leave a research university to come to Fort Lewis? I was teaching 535 kids at a time in freshman chemistry, and it was not my idea of an ideal undergraduate education. So I decided that I wanted to go someplace smaller. I wanted more personal contact with my students, and Fort Lewis College fit the bill.
The thing I enjoy the most about small classes is the one-on-one with the professors. If you need any additional help, you can go in their office hours and they can help you out. I've gotten a lot of additional help through faculty outside of class. I'm really involved with student activities throughout the college, and so I can go to them with questions about what do you think about this event, and they give me their opinion. And you can stop by all the time and ask them questions.
We know our students very, very well, and that's, I think, what sets this place apart from many other places. Some of my former students have become my best friends. They're all over the country. We create a bond here that is lasting, and there's nothing better.
Visit the scenic James Ranch in the Animas River Valley and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Harvest Grill and Greens. The menu is based on a seasonal supply of organically grown James Ranch products. The Harvest Grill and Greens at James Ranch, 10 miles north of Durango.
Inside Durango TV is a founding member of Local First. The local pub is a tradition dear to the heart of any town. Durango's local pub is the Irish Embassy, a favorite with locals for breakfast, dinner, or just a pint with friends. With a traditional Irish menu and all your favorite brews on tap. The Irish Embassy, Durango.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Fulton, Director of Teacher Education at Fort Lewis College, and I'm here to tell you about our Teacher Leadership Graduate Program, which will offer both a master's degree and a professional certificate. As you know, we need strong teacher leadership in the Four Corners to sustain important, meaningful reforms that are going to make a difference in our culturally diverse area. Why should you choose Fort Lewis College for your graduate studies in education? Because it is the most personalized program in this region. We have relevant coursework that'll have an experiential component that'll allow you to research important issues in your own classrooms, your own schools, and your own communities. Having faculty at Fort Lewis College be your primary instructors is a great benefit. All of our faculty are involved in the schools on a regular basis. They know their content and they're willing to share all of this information and strategies to produce better schools in every single course.
I told him we'd pretend.
Get in there, Sammy. What a girl. I like that little Shea Haycock check on the 8 over in the deep corner.
Huh?
For no other reason, the 8 was kind of beating up some of our players earlier on. Like the 8 had a fistful of Teresa's jersey here in the midfield, didn't get called. And teammates protecting each other. Welcome back, Fort Lewis College soccer fans. As we get ready to kick off the second half, Fort Lewis is up 1-0 against number 10 in the country, Metro State. It was a good goal. We look forward to more as we get underway here the second half of what might be a doubleheader. We don't know yet. We'll keep you posted. Men are slotted to play afterwards, but
haven't got a lot of word on that yet. Kind of looking around, I see most of the men's players have dispersed out. Maybe they're going to start getting some warm-ups in. We'll see. Bit of a sprinkles coming in now. It's already chilly. And see some snow on the peaks that wasn't there a few hours ago.
Beautiful fall weather.
Yeah. I'm actually seeing a little bit of sunlight sneaking through there, too. We might get a little break in this, maybe.
Yeah, who knows. Fort Lewis now with the ball. Madison Welcome has it. She's driving up the field. Gets checked by a couple players hard. Emma Canis had the ball, but Welcome is down on the field still.
She got spun kind of hard there, kind of landed funny more than anything. Hopefully nothing too worse for wear. They are calling timeout on that, though, so she must have hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and really you hope.
Yeah. She hops up, so looks like she's all right, and it's kind of, like I said, she kind of just landed weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, my concern always on those things are concussions. They're so dangerous, and you never know how serious they are or aren't. But Grace Sheridan with the ball up into the 18, headed away by Metro as Madison Welcome comes in. Errant shot on her goes wide, and that's going to be a goal kick for Metro.
Kind of fun watching Welcome even after taking that weird hit. Ball got cleared out and she's able to pull the trigger on one, maybe 20 steps outside the 18. Not a lot of threat there, but why not? Pull the trigger. It's kind of adverse conditions. You might surprise everybody with it. So heads up on her part there.
Well, and that's one thing we were talking about in the intermission break, Terry, is defensively you want to be so structured, and she is. But she's got the ability when she's on the forward line, when that ball spurts out off a corner, why not try that ripper of a volley? And that's on offensively where you can gamble, be creative, and then who knows what can happen.
Yeah. I mean, it bounces off of something, hits weird, skips. In this kind of weather, anything can really happen.
Yeah. Jordan Hicks tries to find Shea Haycock, but ball goes long to the defender for Metro, and she's going to swing it over to the other defense. So we have yet to sub. We're starting the same way we started the first half.
And it's fairly normal. I mean, if we sub maybe 2 to... Oh, here we go.
Oh, she's off.
Got an offside call. huge opportunity, though. A little miscue on the defender, letting that ball go under her foot, and Weiss picked it up right behind her and went to net.
Yeah, that was a little 1-2 with Canis, and when Canis returned the ball to Weiss, I was like, no, don't do that. Take it one more touch for yourself and then see if it opens up. And then it went under the foot of the defender, and I was like, oh, yeah, good.
Sometimes accidents are brilliant.
Right, right. Well, we say that jokingly, but, you know, when you get deep into the playoff runs, that's really the difference between a national championship team and a second-place team is one mistake.
Yep. It really is a game of inches. You know, you're playing on a huge surface, but it's just a matter of inches pretty much all day long.
Yeah.
And it's which team can manage those inches the best.
Fort Lewis doing a good job of managing it for now. We've got Lauren Riley finding Sam Weiss with the ball the way up, who finds Hicks one time, just behind Haycock.
Yeah, an unfortunate pass. It would have been a great idea. She could have bounced it back to Niffen, but it was just a little out of reach for her.
Yeah, and Hicks was already on the run coming up the field, so she was looking to get forward. Unfortunately, it was just behind. Do we have stats on Metro's number 5? I want to see height on her, how she compares to Niffen.
Maybe the next time she runs by Niffen, we'll get a good clue there. But
a talented player, though, is the 5 for Metro.
Yeah, and her and 13 work real well together. 7 should have their names out there.
Yeah.
But
Metro able to kick the ball out of bounds deep, about level with the 18 on the near side, right by the entrance gate, and Haycock will take the throw into Canis. Canis again so good at possessing the ball and turns the corner, gets the foul.
We're going to have a favor here for Fort Lewis outside the 18 on the left-hand side.
Canis, such a crafty player. She's a player that's so cerebral. She doesn't just run hard and kick fast. Run fast and kick hard. She really thinks about what she's doing. She thinks about where the pressure is around her and how she can get out of it. Haycock with the corner-like free kick from deep finds.
That's
what a
it.
goal! Emma
Nicely
Canis,
done.
none other than, as we're talking about her on the far post, heads it back across goal, and that's going to be 2-0, folks.
I wasn't 100% sure that was going to be on frame. She kind of got under it. It went up and high, but it sure enough went inside that back post. Nicely done.
And just a classic textbook header. Back post, it didn't have a ton of power on it.
None at all, but the keeper wasn't there.
It just looped right over keeper and defenders and found the far post.
Keeper actually on the near post, really, expecting that driving header to the near post. When you go to back post, there's so much space there that she can't get to. So
yeah.
Nice thought by Canis to finish that off.
Yeah, good job. So Fort Lewis now up 2-0. Still about 38 minutes to play here in the second half, so we just started. Good start of the second half.
Good start of the second half for Fort Lewis. In this time that we've, not quite 10 minutes into the second half, I've been watching Metro, trying to see how they're going to respond to things, and I'm actually quite surprised that I don't really see the buildup of play. I think it's just it really is ultimately from Fort Lewis creating a high line of pressure on their back D and stuff, not really giving them a chance to kind of sort it out. So
yeah,
I would say that this is a response because of Fort Lewis able to create the pressure on them, not giving them anything to work with.
Yeah, I think if we do see something from Metro, it'll be from the number 8 right there, who almost got the ball with the orange boots. Just her presence around the ball is pretty significant. But you're right, they seem a bit disconnected. They seem like a team of individuals, not a team right now.
But at the beginning of the game, it started out like a team.
Yeah.
What disrupted it, and if you watch Fort Lewis, watch them for a bit and see where they're challenging. They're very quick to challenge now, where at the beginning maybe they're giving a little bit too much, and it's working.
Yeah. Fort Lewis able to come away with the ball now. Ashley Niffen tries to find Haycock, gets intercepted. Now the ball's going across the other side of the field as we are starting to get a little bit of a sprinkle. Grace Sheridan intercepts that pass, finds Romero, nice little 1-2 with her and gets it back. Sheridan driving the line, finds the pace. Her and 28 stride for stride. She tries to cut in. 28 gets it, but that's going to run long for a corner kick. Good bit of attacking from the right back there.
Yeah, 28 there can really hang. At times, you think that Sheridan would actually be able to break away and get away from it, but it never really happens.
Yeah, I was waiting for her to pull it back too, and she never did. It was just a good foot race through and through. So Therese Romero standing on the corner, serves the ball in. Good-looking ball. The 3 from Metro gets on it, unfortunately. Now Sam Weiss tracking the ball outside the 18. Tries to turn, but the 5 is right there for Metro, and they come away with it. And there's their triangle, 5, 8, and 16. Sam Weiss able to take the ball from the 8, basically saying, this is my field and my day.
and 8 missing a great opportunity. 16 ahead of her, running into that corner space. Given a touch on that could have been very threatening. So it was very good for Weiss to shut that down.
Yeah, and even 8 from the first 10 minutes of the game seems like a different player now. She seemed like a player that was just going to dictate the game, and now she's not as much.
I'm starting to see Fort Lewis they're really uncorking here. They're getting a lot of opportunities, feeling a little more free to pull the shots. Things are starting to click for them on this. They're really, the momentum has shifted heavily towards them at this moment.
Yeah, and obviously it's too early to talk about results, but Fort Lewis definitely needs to keep the pressure on and keep continuing to do what they are doing now.
They're going to have to finish it out like this. I think a team like this, you don't set back. They got too many guns in there to upset things if you set back.
Yeah, and you just don't want to give them a sniff at it. If they stay disinterested in the game and we continue to pound them and really do the work and get forward and create opportunity after opportunity, we're going to come away with a really good result.
Yeah, and as we know, a 2-0 lead is one of the most dangerous leads a team can ever have. Just that one strike can shift momentum again.
Yeah. Metro State now with the ball for a moment and tried to play a ball that went wide out of bounds. So we'll have the throw in. Comes into Romero. Romero finds Hicks through the midfield. Hicks finds Canis with plenty of space, and she's going to turn and use a little bit of that to chip Sam Weiss over the top. The 12's over there, but doesn't clear it far enough. Canis is in the wake and gets the ball. On top of the 18, a little clipper. Just dies down for Metro on the 18. They're able to play out. Now you see Metro starting to come alive a little bit as they're crossing up. 5 tried to play 16 on the deep ball. Espinoza back there to pick it up. No real danger.
No, but it was
a little bit of attack through the mid.
It was a nice ball by 5. I don't think she realized how nice it was because Niffen, being pulled back farther than the rest of her line, left 16 onside, and she had tons of space. If the touch on that would have been correct, 16 would have had a breakaway easily.
Yeah. So the Metro goalie with the big punt up towards half field. Teresa Romero getting under it now. Lauren Riley.
Yeah, a little foul there against Fort Lewis. Kind of ran over her. Not sure if it was more like she fell down first and then I ran over you, or.
Yeah, I think that might have been the case. Head coach Damian Clark having a word with the assistant referee on the far sideline, so they're discussing. Nonetheless, Metro State has a free kick just about the halfway line, Center Park. They're going to clip it into the 18. 13 gets a flick on it. Haycock out doing some work, though, as that player's all over Haycock. There's Niffen up. Oh, and she saves the ball nicely, and that's going to go out on Metro.
All effort on Niffen's part. Nicely done by her. Not only pursuing it and stealing it, but then keeping it in bounds, bouncing it off a 6 there for a throw in Fort Lewis.
Yeah, good job. Good job. As Metro wins possession, and now they're working around their backs. Tried to go forward. Grace Sheridan there to block it up. Tried to find Canis, but a little bit too heavy. Metro State trying to play, but Jordan Hicks there to disturb the play. She kicks the ball out of bounds. Again, line shift for Metro. Different tactics.
Yeah.
But this time on the line change,
midfielders that are pulling out. Yeah.
This time on the line change, they leave their midfield triangle there. The 5, excuse me, the 5 was actually the deeper midfield. Now she goes all the way up top almost like a third forward, Terry. We'll see how they unfold this after the throw-in.
Yeah, the bulk of that change for Metro was all midfielders, is right, left, and center that subbed out.
Yes, 5 is definitely attacking now. She's got a throw in all the way down in the corner as Welcome headed that ball out of danger. She throws the ball in towards Niffen. Niffen able to give it right back to her, but out of bounds. Again, the throw-in comes on the short. 5 tries to clip a ball in. Espinosa able to
nice
punch it away. Yeah, good job by her. Niffen misclears it, goes straight up. Metro gets it, but they go all the way back. Now all the way back to their center back, who's inside the circle.
I like seeing the aggressive play by Espinosa there, coming out past her near post, punching it out. You know, something that maybe we hadn't seen earlier in the season, so nicely done.
Definitely. And just possessing her box, you know, saying that's my territory and I'm going to own it. And that's you don't see that enough in my eyes.
No, and actually I find it in the women's soccer, they tend to be more in tune to just cutting the angle and sitting and waiting for whatever's going to happen. Not as often do you see the attack of the goalie coming out.
Yeah. And, Sam Weiss putting some pressure deep in the territory and wins the ball and kicks it off the defender. So that'll be a Fort Lewis corner kick deep.
Leaving 5 up on top. Little disconnected, though. She's going to have to drop back more. She's surrounded.
Yeah.
Kind of pointless at that time.
Yeah, Haycock finds the header in. Oh! A couple opportunities.
Oh, that was a huge misfortune there. That header actually hit Welcome, I believe, and it dropped at her feet, and she pulled the trigger. She's screaming for a handball because the shot must have ricocheted off of a hand there, but as such a direct shot, it wasn't going to be called.
Yeah, I thought they were looking for the corner, too. Maybe the keeper touched it, but you're right. Looked like Streetel got the first head on it, and then it hit Welcome kind of in the chest, about right in front of the keeper.
And the keeper never really saw it because it was shielded by Welcome. I don't even know if she's going to react to it if it had got through.
Right. Oh, nice little attempt by Jordan Hicks to find Sam Weiss on the slot through. That was unfortunately too heavy of a ball. Keeper dealt with that. I guess we could put this umbrella up since it's raining.
Yeah, is it tall enough for people like me? You can fit right under it. I'm not sure if I can.
Don't pick on people like Ashley and myself who
I don't know.
are vertically challenged.
Half the time you guys put these tents up and I'm just hitting my head all day.
Fort Lewis continuing to put the pressure on as Emma Canis challenges the keeper as she comes out for a ball. So keeper has the ball now for a little bit. They're going to a long ball into a big ball by the keeper. That goes up into the midfield. Haycock comes away with it. She's still driving deep right. Beyond the 18 now wide. She's got a little bit of time, which is kind of unconventional, but tries to find Romero. She probably would have been better off serving the ball as the ball to Romero got intercepted. But that's going to be a Fort Lewis throw-in on the right. So Fort Lewis gets dispossessed on the throw-in, and Metro State comes away with it through the midfield. Again, tries a nice big long ball to the 16. That's going to run out of bounds on her. So you see their attack is very get forward and go type of attack too. All right, so we've got just about 28 minutes left. If we get 8 more minutes in the book, it is official whether it finishes or not.
We can seal this deal.
But looking at the weather, we've got a little bit of a drizzle and definitely overcast, but no real thunder and lightning on the horizons to speak of.
Yeah, even seeing a bit of sun coming out over the La Platas there.
Yeah,
it's
gorgeous.
Nice white snow now instead of the brown we had this morning. This Jekyll and Hyde weather we've been having, you never know what you're going to get anymore.
Right. So Fort Lewis able to head the ball away from danger, goes into the right around the midfield line. As Metro's defense looks a little bit suspect with the ball, not too comfortable on their feet. They play it wide of the midfielder. She looks like she's interested in serving it, but Grace Sheridan doesn't want her to.
Yeah, and I think she had a great opportunity to lay it off to 16, who had a much better angle at all of that. but not giving it to her.
Yeah. So now the ball comes in towards the box. Niffen able to head that away. Goes towards Canis. Canis tries to flick Sam Weiss, but they just disconnect on that. Again, big ball from the 23, 28? Is that 28 on the far side?
Yeah, 28 is on the left side, fullback there.
Oh, as Niffen just caught an elbow in the face from the 8. That's been a very physical play from the 8 all game.
Juria Fair is 28 on the left side.
Oh, again, 8 goes in on Romero. Oof.
Kind of hard. Romero kind of getting up slow off of that one.
Yeah.
Seems to be okay, though.
Nonetheless, the game goes on, and Fort Lewis interested in it. Sam Weiss with the ball now crossing half field. She's got Shea Haycock in front of her. She cuts in instead of going out wide. Tries to put Canis on the back post. Gets the ball again. About 12. Oh, what a great opportunity. Now Canis still pursuing, and that's going to go out for a corner kick.
Oh, she had a huge opportunity there, though. The ball kind of bouncing a little high on her. She ended up basically hitting it with her shin instead of her foot. So it kind of went wide. And after that, it was just racing out towards the end line.
Yeah, yeah.
Going to have a corner kick out of that, though. Romero will have that ball.
Yeah, Romero standing over it. She's got such a nice little in-swinger. As you see the referee now coming back to check on Ashley Niffen and the inconsequential, elbow that she received from 8. Anyways, Therese Romero serves the ball up now. Streeto gets on it, but then it hits 13 in the belly, and she's able to clear it away. 8 gets under it, and she lost her hair ties. She looks like a lion with a mane out there. Plays the ball over to Lauren Riley. Riley.
She fixed that quick. Look at that.
She didn't like my comment or what?
I mean, look at that. It's a bun. It's perfect. How the heck did she do that?
So Metro State able to come away with the ball. Now they've got numbers running forward. Again, the through ball just too heavy for Metro to deal with, and Espinoza collects it easily. No wind to speak of. Look at the flags.
Yeah,
they're not even shaking. They're quiet.
We're in the eye of the storm, I suspect.
Yeah.
I do see some blue sneaking out, though, way to the west there and over the peaks. It's starting to look a little light. Might sneak through.
Yeah. As the near referee calls the ball out of bounds, it's going to be deep throwing in Metro State's territory.
I'm still curious about the men's team, if we're going to see a game from them today. I'm not seeing movement anywhere around our complex.
You know, I think we won't. To be honest, actually, some things are clicking in the head. All the players are still out, not in the locker room getting ready like they would have. And then also Mesa team, they were watching the first half or part of the first half, and then they're nowhere to be found. So I think they probably headed home.
Yeah, I may have to step away for a bit and see if I can't get a true story on that. I think you're right. It's just a matter of is the game going to be replayed tomorrow, or are they just going to let it go? Or
yeah, there were some options they were talking about. They were talking about playing it in the morning, and then they've got a Sunday game as well. Or they're talking about playing this game on the Tuesday, which would put them on a Sunday, Tuesday, next Friday schedule. So to be determined, and we'll let you know as we know. Jordan Hicks with a big kick outside the 18. Keeper bobbles it, but no one's in the 18, so she collects it.
Not a lot of consequence to it, but it does affect Fort Lewis ever so slightly, is that Giannis Zander had a red card in the last game.
Yeah.
And he won't get that one out of the books yet because he hasn't been able to play or not play a game yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks to today's technology and the text messaging, I've got an updated schedule on that. The game will be played, the men's game will be played tomorrow at noon. So if you're in town and a local listening, come out and join us. If not, join us on the radio. Hopefully we can get coverage on that. So Fort Lewis, Sam Weiss looks a little shaken up. I think the ball caught her, maybe knocked the breath out of her for a minute, but she's walking around now. Jordan Hicks now with the throw-in. About level with the 18 on the near side here. She's going to throw the ball in deep and tries to find Canis.
We're about 2.5 minutes from getting this one in the books regardless, so that's kind of nice to see.
Yeah, 22 still to play, but again, that official cutoff is 70 minutes of the 90-minute total. Big kick up by the keeper.
Oh, that one kind of took Hicks a little hard there. It hit her right on top of the head.
Yeah, and did you catch the number on that?
No, that was Hicks going up for the ball, and I'm not sure what it looked like it hit her right on top of the head and just kind of rung her bell just a bit.
Yeah.
Did Ade get a shot in underneath?
I think she got a nudge right on the back, and that's why the ball hit Hicks on top of the head instead of the forehead. Yeah. She got a little shove, but
yeah, it hit her in just that spot you don't want to be hit on top of the head.
yeah, where they teach you not to head the ball.
Yeah, where it crosses your eyes.
So Metro State with the free kick, probably about 40 yards out or so. They've got 3 standing over it. 3 overlaps, 5 plays, the 16 on the near post. Niffen over, good defense by Niffen as the 16 tried to take it one time. And
that was a great idea by them. Fort Lewis only leaving 3 and back in front of their 6. Nobody on the right side, so they just did a little assist ball out to the right of the wall. Tried to pull the trigger, but Niffen was really quick to get there and get in front of that.
And we've got a fast break on the other way. Ball played into Romero from Haycock wide, and
she wants that back so bad. A great opportunity there. A shot just keep her in her way, and she ended up shanking it wide right.
Yeah, this would be a really good thing for the spirit of the Fort Lewis team to get another goal or two. Just confidence-wise, they should have probably scored a few more on Pueblo in the last game.
Yeah.
But against the number 10 team, certainly a 2-0 result, solid. But to really open your own scoring and creativity and stuff would be a huge step for Fort Lewis girls soccer team.
Well, getting that third goal kind of takes you out of that dangerous lead zone.
Yeah.
Getting a third or a fourth goal just it starts creating a statement as opposed to just a W.
For sure. Haycock on the near post or on the near line plays Welcome. Welcome finds Riley back in the center of the park. So they're still doing a good job of possessing the ball. Riley skips out and tries to find Sam Weiss deep, unable to do so. Romero collects the ball in the midfield. She finds Megan Streetel wide. She takes the line a little bit, gets by her player as the player committed early. Now Megan's going to go around the second player, cuts through her, but unfortunately the second defender's back there to collect, and they start to possess out.
Metro really not giving many great answers to this game. They started out so strong and solid. I think adjustments by Fort Lewis, just creating higher pressure, has really changed them up. They're not getting great opportunities at all.
Yeah, and defensively, Fort Lewis has so many players around the ball. It's hard to get anything going offensively. And that's quite frankly how they clogged up number 5 in the country, Mines.
Yeah, here's an opportunity for Metro.
Oh, not a bad shot by the 8.
Great shot.
Got deflected. She has been one of the few sparks on Metro's team. Whether they can find something or not to be determined, but we've got a 2-0 result here, or thus far. The game will be in the books regardless of the weather, but there's still 20 minutes or so to play as Metro's got a corner kick. Ball comes in and headed out by Streetel, who gets body checked by the 13, but no call on that. Grace Sheridan also able to clear the ball out. Oh, Niffen with a good bit of defending. Oh, and now Shea Haycock defending well, but unfortunately it goes out of bounds for another corner kick for Metro.
Nice little double deke there by 23, but Niffen stayed right in the middle of it, never really giving anything away.
Yeah, if you notice, Fort Lewis defends zonally. Metro on our corner kicks man-to-man, we do zonally, so now...
Yeah, we got 6, 3 in front, 3 in back, all working basically forward and out.
Yeah.
And so it really doesn't matter who enters that area, they've got someone on it.
Yeah, and that was an interesting situation. They had 2 corners basically in a row. The first corner, we played zone. They put everybody on the far post and on the 18 and then crashed in. Second time they caught on to that we play zonally, so they went to everybody getting inside with us and then mixing up runs.
Right, and then unfortunately the kick, of course, went to the side net. Got to put it in front or none of that other stuff is going to matter.
Yeah, you got to give your team a chance. So Espinosa with the ball as a big clear got played all the way back to her. She's going to punt the ball big beyond the center circle, headed by the 13, who might feel that in the morning. That was a huge header.
Yeah, her and Hicks need to take notes.
Yeah.
Both holding their heads right now. It's an Excedrin moment.
Shea Haycock throwing to Canis. Canis, nice little loop over to Sam Weiss, who doesn't get it, but Canis does in return. Sam Weiss now able to get over towards it, puts pressure on there, but the Metro player gets there first and plays it back. Goes up, but Lauren Riley able to read that well. Hicks tries to find Streetel, but it just got away from her. So she's coming back defending. Now they play the 8 out wide again, and here she comes. She cuts in the field, gets clogged a little bit, but finds 19 on the far side. 19 tried to play a little ball across. Niffen in a great position defensively, and that goes out of bounds for a Metro throw.
I tell you what, you waited and waited, wondering if 8 was going to see that 19 on the wing, and right at the last minute she finally did, sending it out to Sharp. But by that time it was kind of closed down. Niffen was right on her.
Yeah. Niffen finds the head ball out of bounds. Canis able to get a couple touches in and play Niffen back. She's on the run now, finds Sam Weiss. Sam Weiss touch inside, now she turns the corner. Still going forward as Sam finds Jordan Hicks about the 18 on the corner. She's going to loop something in. Now it was a shot. Made the keeper force a save.
That was actually kind of a nice save by the keeper. Actually just it kind of hitting midsection of her, but she kind of just flipped it over the crossbar. Kind of thought that might sneak through. It got a little scary there.
Yeah, that was a good idea by Jordan.
Yeah. Keeper adjusting to it, but I thought that might have gone in. That was really tough stuff.
Yeah, so we've got Therese Romero on the left-footed in-swinger on the far corner, closest to the tennis courts. Still only 15 minutes to play. Fort Lewis leads 2-0. Ball comes in, it's beyond, finds Jordan Hicks, off of Canis. Metro able to clear the ball, Niffen and company. There's 4 of them. She gets stripped of the ball.
Niffen's right back at it, though.
Yeah, it's 1-0. Yeah, that was pretty light call, but they play it early, and Lauren Riley having to do some work. Caitlin Espinosa out to clear the ball, and that Metro player
kind of took the brunt of that one. You don't want to go up against Caitlin when you're half her size.
No, and that ball's almost going to roll out on the far side, but forces Metro to go all the way back.
Niffen showing some spunk there, kind of getting burned. 23 got the breakaway on her, and it wasn't 4 or 5 steps back, and Niffen's right back in the play trying to steal that ball.
Yeah, Metro finds a player on the wide right with some space. It's the 19. She drives on Niffen a little bit, but Haycock able to come back and play the ball back to Welcome, who clears it out of danger.
Got a sub coming in. Metro, Fort Lewis choosing to remain with their starting lineup. Number 18 coming out, Carly Nelson. As soon as I get a good glance at that number 4.
Yeah,
number 4, Marie Ipcock coming back in. Ipik, excuse me.
So Metro serves the ball in from the sideline. Grace Sheridan able to head that ball away. That's going out to the other way. Metro State with the ball, tries to clip a ball in. Welcome able to get to it, but still into that no man's land of Metro. Pulls a huge shot from way deep and goes way over. That's the center back. Looked more like a clear, really. I mean, it was just from so far out.
Yeah, and when I see the crosses coming in, I don't see the connection of the wings looking for people or places to go. It almost just seems like I'm in the area, I need to cross, I'm sending one in. I hope somebody can find it.
Yeah.
It just, I just don't see the connection.
Yeah, 5 and 16, again checking in for Metro as they're some of the more dangerous players for them. It's 5 trying to create the spark for Metro and saying, let's go. Fort Lewis looking to be compact as they're defending now. Niffen back to Welcome, who plays the ball up to Canis. Gets headed away from her by a Metro player. Now Metro's going the other way. Serves the ball across the box. 8's able to get onto it, but she's still got a lot of work to do. As she's going away from the play, and she ends up fouling Lauren Riley.
Yeah, on her lunge back up, both of them fell down, and on their way stepping back up, 8 kind of stabbed her leg in, kind of through and behind, is that Streetel?
Lauren Riley.
Sorry, Riley, yeah. So Riley just kind of got tangled up from the backside, definitely drawing the foul.
Yeah. So Espinosa with a free kick about 23 yards out. Big kick up it is in Sam Weiss's direction, but headed away by a Metro player. now Streetle coming through to head that and back into Sam Weiss's area. She's putting the 12 under pressure. Good battle over there. 12's going to have to play that out of bounds deep for a throw-in.
Yep, save that one for a throw. It was really on the byline almost all out for a corner.
And that's good pressure. That's the pressure that we want from our forwards, you know. And I think if we had a little bit more of that pressure in the Pueblo game, we could have forced a few more turnovers early and in our attacking third and created stuff earlier. So
bit of a formation change when Metro is back in their defensive third. Now you're starting to see two strikers up on top instead of just the one, noticing that they're stepping wide going into the corner kick. Now of course they're going to drop that last striker back into the formation, but
yeah, and that corner kick is actually going to be a free kick about 6 yards, 7 yards inside from the corner, as Emma Canis had the ball out there and rounded the corner but just got dragged down before the ball went out of bounds. So that'll be a free kick for Fort Lewis. Like a corner, Therese Romero standing over
kind of a chip shot.
Yeah, with a little left-footed in-swinger. You're right, just a little sand wedge here.
Very dangerous.
At the keeper across the box.
I am so surprised at a one-fisted punch on a ball crossing your goal mouth.
Yeah.
Very dangerous idea.
It was almost like an open hand slap out too. She got enough of it though to get it out of the danger area, as Fort Lewis will have a corner on the other side. Now Shea Haycock with the right-footed in-swinger from the near side by the gate. She puts the ball in. Just over Jordan Hicks as Eight's able to head the ball out all the way back to midfield from Niffen. Niffen plays Lauren Riley wide as they try and recycle. Lauren Riley tries to find Canis on the slot ball. Metro able there to... Emma
we're going to
Canis.
see color on that one. They're going to quick play. They're going to bring this one back.
Yeah, Metro tried to quick play as the referee had stopped the clock to give Emma Canis a yellow card just for a foul inside, right around half field. Not a bad foul.
No, and even you could even argue it because I didn't get the player's number, but she kind of, right when the ball left her, she sort of cut right in front of Canis.
Yeah.
Giving Canis really nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But I guess the ref thought it was too hard of a challenge.
Yeah. Anyways, Metro will have a free kick on their own side of the half line. Big ball comes up. It's going to land about the 18, but Hicks gets ahead on it. Now Teresa Romero able to clear it back up to Canis. Canis tries to find two runners, and they both think the other one's going to get it. Romero, they're able to block it up, though, and stop Metro from going forward on that last play. Metro able to play, nice little 1-2 on the line, but Fort Lewis able to get behind it again. Now Lauren Riley cuts off the ball through the center, and she plays it long for Weiss. Unfortunately, that's going to run wide, not give Weiss a chance to get under it. It's exciting watching these Fort Lewis players. They're very talented, and when you're listening on the radio, you get a sense of the game, hopefully. But when you're watching, you find all the little nuances, all the little things Therese Romero does in the midfield to be difficult to get through. All the things that Emma Canis and Sam Weiss are doing up top to create things, and you get a more complete sense of the game.
Yeah, ultimately, I think as the season has progressed, what I'm seeing out of Fort Lewis is they truly are getting to know each other. It's like they're playing more and more as a team every single time. When they make plays, you can see the reason behind the play. And not to dog Metro so much on it, but I'm not seeing their reasons sometimes. They'll bring the ball to the outside, but there's no one there, or they'll make a quick switch over and there's no one there, or the ball's behind the player. They're just not clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Megan Streetle able to get to a ball early.
She'd get a foul right outside the 18, like 10 steps, right side corner.
Yeah, good battle by Streetle.
Oh, and we got some color out of that one, too.
Yeah, the Metro player is going to get a card on that challenge as well. Neither, I think, really deserved of the yellow cards, the last two, but consistent. And that's all you can really ask for from a referee is consistency. So good job by the referees today. Although the first half, we might have...
We had a goal.
Plainly stated.
This is a very... Romero, this is like a great spot for her to do a strike.
Yeah, good opportunity. She just finds a little clipper at the keeper, and she's going to
But over and around the wall, I mean, still a great threat.
Yeah.
It's one of her best spots is right in that corner of the 18.
I like that ball. The keeper was able to collect it about waist high. If that ball's about 4 feet lower and gets in that no man's land of a bounce, or do you come get it straight away, it gives a little bit of hesitation, and those forwards crashing can cause more damage. Metro with the throw in here on the near side. They try and hoof a ball in deep. Lauren Riley able to get it there. Metro still trying to play forward as Ashley Niffen kicks the ball out of bounds. We've got just about 7.5 minutes to play. Fort Lewis still leading 2-0 against the number 10 team in the nation in Metro State. It's been a good game here today. We had to wait for it, but it was well worth the wait.
We did. It's almost 5 o'clock now. This game normally would have been over around 3. Little tangle up there. Are we going to get, we're going to end up with a PK against this. I didn't really see an intentional call there, more of just a tangle of legs.
Yeah, definitely. And this is unfortunate for Fort Lewis. If the scoreline holds, if Metro capitalizes, the 2-1 definitely doesn't do justice for the game. But the call was precarious. The number 8 got the ball fed into her feet, and she was going backwards away from the goal. And not even having possession of the ball kind of bobbling around, and then
Caitlin's getting ready to be the hero here. You watch this.
So number 3, I think, for Metro is going to take the penalty kick.
Off
it goes off the post.
There it goes.
There it is.
Unfortunate. Off the post. It ricocheted actually across the goal mouth out to the 6. And no one could really get a beat on it with Fort Lewis's defense. It was just ricocheting around, and ultimately landed 3 feet outside the box or outside the goal line there for a quick strike in by Metro. So now they got 1 goal back. They're 2-1 now, Skyhawks.
Yeah, I might have been a little early in complimenting the referees. I'm not sure if that was a penalty kick, but. Anyways, it's 2-1. Fort Lewis still has some work to do as Ashley Niffen kicks the ball off of the big 16 for a throw-in for Fort Lewis around half field.
I mean, Metro with a bit of a lucky strike there. They got the call for the PK, which brought it into the 6 anyway. And then they're able to get the score on it with just basically a hodgepodge of who's going to get the lucky strike, the lucky bounce. So with that, 6 minutes left, 6.5 minutes left. I haven't seen Metro bring much else to the table recently, so I'm kind of wondering, are they really going to be able to pull this off with Fort Lewis?
Yeah, who knows? There's got to be a reason that they're the number 10 team in the nation for sure. So I think they've got the talent. I don't know if they have the time. There's only 6 minutes in the game, and Fort Lewis has done a good job of possessing the game. Again, the 8 is a very creative and dangerous player. She just gets through 2 now. Espinosa comes out.
Okay, the way the referee was running in there, I was a little worried about another PK call. This was outside the 18 first.
And you can see Espinosa upset because they call a corner kick, and she definitely didn't think it was so.
So we got a corner kick out of this. Kind of a scary moment there for Fort Lewis.
Yeah, maybe. Now the referees are talking, and the referee on the near side wants to give the keeper a corner kick or a yellow card. You see him holding the chest, and now we're going to reverse the call. What is going on out there?
Yeah, so I guess it was a goal kick. Originally it appeared like it was going to be a foul because the way the ref kind of started sprinting into the 18. Then it was a corner. Now we've got ourselves a goal kick.
I'm in awe, and I hope the game gets underway again and cleans up a little bit. The last minute or so have been absolutely jaw-dropping in what's going on out there. Fort Lewis still leading 2-1, 5.5 minutes to play. And yellow, the referees are slowly starting to lose control of the game. Throw-in for Fort Lewis gets kicked out of bounds by Metro State, right in front of the benches of Metro State on the far side. Again, Grace Sheridan throws the ball in. This time Metro comes away with it and plays a big ball up. You see the 8 dropping back to get the ball off of the deep line. Now she comes all the way to the 3 for the back right. She's just going to hoof a ball in. Lauren Riley there to collect on it. Jordan Hicks able to head it and gets challenged.
Wow,
in the back.
no call on that.
Again, the referee not paying attention to the game.
He's right in front of it. A hard body check to Hicks, knocking her down.
And then he calls that on Megan Streetel, who got the ball. Disbelief here. But Metro hopefully won't capitalize on things. So number 8 for Metro takes a wild shot, and that's going to go out for a corner kick. I think it was 2 feet away from going out for a throw-in. But
I know Metro's running out of time, and they can sense it, but there were an opportunity right before the non-foul foul where they had an easy play out to their right side, playing into space that they could ultimately even cross back in behind Fort Lewis's defense. They're looking too far up the field and just sending stuff up.
Yeah, too direct.
And it's like they're missing, they're not seeing the width of their field at all right now. And it's biting them. You know, they're running out of time, but, you know, one more touch and you're in a better spot than you were with just a long ball.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, urgency can be counterproductive in a game, in a team game where you've got 11 players out there to get through. Good defending by Grace Sheridan as she cuts the lead ball off, and Emma Canis able to come away with it. Jordan Hicks now finds Shea Haycock on the line. She's got time and space. Plays a nice early ball into Sam Weiss. Finds Emma Canis again. Oh, Canis tries to find Romero on the far post.
Kind of by herself, too, if that would have got through.
Yeah, if that was a little clipper, a bit more in the air. So Metro State trying to go forward. Jordan Hicks, nice defending, coming back. She's carrying the ball through the midfield, finds Haycock, who trips on the ball temporarily, gets up, finds Canis again, and Canis sends Haycock back into the corner all alone, says we've got work still to do. Smartly, Haycock carries the ball to the corner, shields it, and Metro able to kick that ball out of bounds. So that's just a time tactic. We've got 2:45 left on the clock, and Fort Lewis deep in Metro's territory, throws it into Sam Weiss. Sam Weiss kicks the ball out of bounds and not off a Metro player, so it'll be a Metro throwing deep in their own territory.
About 2.5 left. Metro's going to have to bring something different here. I don't think their long ball's through. They've got Fort Lewis now has, 5 back to play through.
Yeah.
It's basically they're just going to have to go back to their way of playing, bringing the ball up, working into their corners, trying to get those passes back in behind the D, but they're not doing it.
No, and they didn't show enough through 85 minutes to try and break Fort Lewis's defense down. So, you know, they've got an uphill battle for sure as we've got under 2 minutes. A big kick from the goalie goes deep. Lauren Riley able to get a foot on it. Now Welcome tries to get through it. Metro State has to play back to the 3, and she's going to play the ball into the feet, but Ashley Niffen there to cut it off. Now they finally find that open player on the 19 on the wide. She puts a ball across. Therese Romero has time, but shanks it to the back. Another ball comes in. Welcome there to deal with it. Jordan Hicks able to clear that ball high, but not too far out as it's going over towards Sheridan. Metro State player able to get on it. Megan Streetel doing some work, and now the ball spurting over to the referee, who gets tangled up as Romero tries to get onto it. Canis in the 12 doing some work. Canis forces 12 to play it out of bounds, and there's under a minute to play. So Fort Lewis advancing up the field, taking their time on the throw-in. Megan Streetel finally gets the ball in hand and will throw it in. 45 to play. Tries to find Canis. Metro player misplays that. Canis comes away with it, and she's just going to shield the ball deep in the corner as the second player comes. Kicks that off of Canis, and that's going to go out of bounds for a Metro throw-in. So
30 seconds left. Doesn't seem like Metro's really able to put much more together here. Fort Lewis has this well in hand as long as...
yeah, these long balls keep coming, though. You never know. Miss Bobble as Welcome gets traveled all over by the 16. Big body the 16 is. And Welcome will be able to take some time, and now there's under 10. she's just going to ice it down the field. And that'll do it, folks. 2-1 says the scoreboard. I don't think that does it justice. I think Fort Lewis could have easily won the game 4-5 to nothing. The Metro goal, not necessarily deserved, given to by the referees on a penalty kick, but Fort Lewis doing a good job of creating opportunities. We got a goal disallowed in the first half, and then also created some opportunities late in the second half that we didn't capitalize on. So good job by the ladies in creating.
Yeah, Fort Lewis dominating basically, in my opinion, the second half.
Absolutely.
Metro never really coming up with anything other than that first maybe 20-25 minutes of play. I think a key part of that is Fort Lewis getting higher up on their attack on the ball, disrupting their play, and then ultimately never giving them any time to think and do anything constructive with the ball. When it got down to it near the end there, we saw wide open wings for Metro. They never used them. They just kept trying to drive up the middle, kind of losing that width and vision. So missing some opportunities there. So great job by Fort Lewis, affecting the play and forcing them into this mindset that they continue to stick with for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for sure. You're absolutely right, Terry. And maybe it's easy for us to see up on the bird's eye view, but they're wide players all the time and space in the world, and Metro just shrugging them off, looking for that big deep ball. But Fort Lewis compact in the back and really creative in the forward line. You know, we talked about early on looking at potentially seeing a real deadlock battle of a game defensively, like the Mines game was, when you got two tough teams facing each other. But not really the case, as both teams look to get early chances in the first 10-15 minutes, and then Fort Lewis really just took over from there, kind of taking possession and creativity and creating.
Yeah, I think as we get to a recap here, trying to going forward here with a little bit of a schedule disruption. Fort Lewis nicely done with this. Now they get a day break off. They have a travel day. And then they come up against the UC Colorado Springs on Sunday.
Inside Durango TV is locally owned and operated.
Visit the scenic town of Silverton and take a Jeep tour through the heart of the majestic San Juan Mountains with San Juan Backcountry Tours. Visitors can get behind the wheel and explore the mountain roads on their own, or sit back on guided tours that take you through the rich history of the area, including the ghost town Animas Forks. You can rent a Jeep, ATV, dirt bike, or we can take you on a guided tour in one of our open-top Suburbans. Enjoy the spectacular scenery from 9,000 feet all the way to 13,000 feet in elevation. The San Juans have many scenic routes and four-wheel drive passes to explore, and our experienced staff can provide maps and suggest the best routes to get you where you want to go. We guarantee you a fun and memorable experience. Come explore the historic sites and beautiful scenery of the San Juan Mountains at San Juan Backcountry Tours. The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs. It's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face. Inside Durango TV is locally produced by Fastboard Media.
It's time for rejuvenation with luxurious healing waters, breathtaking views, and lavish spa treatments at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs. Stay at the new EcoLux Hotel and enjoy 24-hour access to our 23 unique pools by the river. Indoors, relax in the hotel and enjoy therapeutic services at the spa. It's time for rejuvenation at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs.
A lot of the activities that are available for Fort Lewis students, there's unlimited hiking, skiing, mountain biking, pretty much anything you can associate with the outdoors, we have it here. So not only do they have everything here, but it's an amazing place for the Four Corners because you're just outside of that desert landscape to where, it cools off a little bit in the mountains. So, your long backpack trips up in the high country are perfect, and yet you can still get away in the winter and spring and get out into the desert where it's a little bit warmer. A huge thing that's played a part in my school here, as well as a lot of my friends, is the Outdoor Pursuits, where you can pay a once yearly fee and you can rent anything that they have anytime.
I love Durango. I've always loved Durango because there's so much to do in this small town, and it's really, really great because you just get to learn about people and meet so many different people. Every person that I've met in Durango has been very, very nice. They're very friendly, outgoing, upbeat, relaxed. There's not a lot of stress here, and it's really relaxing. It's a relaxing vibe, and it's great if you're going to school because schools can be stressful, and the community kind of brings you and centers you back to a normal, just level-headed life.
There are lots of advantages to living in residence halls. The biggest thing is convenience. Because you're right there on campus, you can wake up 5 minutes before you go to class.
There's a wide variety of student housing here at Fort Lewis College. We have 8 residential communities, 6 residence halls, and 2 apartment complexes. I chose the more traditional style so I can build a great community base and have lots of different people to talk to. I could have chosen a different living arrangement and gone with the suite style. That appeals more to the students who want more privacy. But since I came here by myself, I wanted the whole college experience, getting to know my neighbors and really being a part of their lives.
We have a unique opportunity. We live here on campus with the students in one of the residence halls. The position that I feel is called a faculty in residence position, and is basically a chance for students to interact with professors outside of the classroom.
There are a lot of places to eat on campus. The most obvious is the student union. You buy a meal plan and then you can go in, and for dinners you can eat basically whatever you want. Then you have Animus Perks, which is a great little coffee shop, snack area. You have the Rocket Grill up here, which is really great. You can get good burgers, wings. The wings are excellent, by the way. This is the Sky Card. You'll use this for meals. You can upload cash onto this, get stuff from the bookstore, get stuff a la carte from any of the coffee shops around here. And this is basically your link to all the good stuff on campus.
It started out, it looked like they were able to kind of get off to a good start, kind of keep things in your half. Where were you guys able to finally, crack through, start, playing your game a little bit more and eventually get that going your way?
I mean, I think realistically, once we began to compete and win some things in the midfield and run with the ball a little bit and get beyond their pressure, we started to get comfortable. But, I don't know that we were that comfortable until we scored the goal, and I think we began to look a little bit more like ourselves. But that's a good team. I mean, they're very dynamic in the attacking third, and they created some chances that were obviously very dangerous.
And for you guys as players, how is it trying to come back? You had what looked like a goal there in the 27th minute that was called back on a foul. How do you guys kind of compartmentalize that and rebound the way that you did instead of letting that kind of get to you?
I think it was just it was good for us that happened, because then I think our momentum, we're like, okay, we can really do this. We're back in it. I know we sat out for a while. I mean, it was tough with the delay and everything, but I think once we finally settled down, saw that we could do this, we got our minds back into it.
And Jordan, take me through the first goal you guys scored from your perspective, playing the ball through and reading Sam's run.
Well, Sam had a great run. I just happened to get my head up in time. She cut through the defense, and my ball just happened to get to her, and she had a solid finish. So it was a great finish for her.
And you guys are typically a team that scores usually in the run of play, but this is what I believe 2 in a row with goals off of set pieces. Take me through that one and what you were looking for back there on the far post.
To be honest, it kind of just went right to me. It was the girl in front of me was shorter than me, and it just floated, and I just made good contact with it, and I didn't have to really overpower it. It just was good contact and went into the far post.
And how much, if at all, did having gone through the trials of delays like this before help you guys maybe overcome this one?
Well, I think especially against the Highlands game, it kind of got us a little bit more pumped up, and just knowing that we had, our whole team together, just momentum going into this game. I think it just gave us a little bit of, the benefit of the doubt that, we had the upper hand on them, because I just feel like they didn't really want to play today. So I think we showed up and gave them a good game.
And Damien, first off, Nicole, what's with her?
Just not sure where she's at right now. You know, she was feeling a little bit under the weather on Sunday, and we're kind of just in a hold pattern right now, trying to figure out what's going on. Honestly, just a little bit nauseous. I don't think we know totally what's going on. Hopefully, she's able to train Saturday, and we'll see how things go from there.
And how about the way you guys were able to defend even without her, Grace Sheridan holding her own back there and from the front on back?
Yeah, I mean, I thought today once again was we're defending first as a team. You know, we're doing a very good job of defending from the front two to the midfield four, and obviously the back four are very tough. They scored a goal off of a penalty kick. Granted, it might have come off the post, but bottom line, they didn't score in the run of play. So I think it makes us take a little bit away from this, knowing that what I think they may be the best attacking team, and I think we showed that we can defend as well as anybody.
And how about the work rate of both your forwards and the midfielders in pressuring, coming back and pressuring a lot of those balls? Because I noticed that's kind of a staple of what you guys like to do, and it seemed to manifest itself, particularly in the second half.
It had to. I mean, you know, I think once we scored that second goal, we sort of knew. You know, we missed a couple chances, to be honest with you, where I thought we could have made it 3 and 4. And I felt like after that, we're going to have to put ourselves into this defensively and just make sure that it's absolute concentration. I think that the two forwards did a very good job. The center midfielders were fantastic today as far as, you know, just being on point, winning tackles, and getting the ball forward into spaces as quickly as they could. And we worked a lot, I think, in the finishing piece as well as just the tactics of counterattacking. Making sure that we try when we can to score in 3 or less passes. We're a very good possession side, but a lot of the goals that we score are in the transition because of how fast we are. And I think that first goal was a manifestation of what we've trained to be.
And you were yelling at the girls after you conceded the one to keep their heads, to keep their cool. How do you think they handled the last few minutes of that as Metro was fighting to get an equalizer?
I thought we did very well. I think we're beginning to show that maturity that we'd hoped to show a bit earlier. This is a team that if we keep things going this way and we mature, you know, keep maturing every game that we play, we're going to be very, very difficult to beat in these next 3 games. And I think we look forward to being good, being confident, and being capable of winning any game we're in.